G'day and welcome back, Tiger fans, Tiger people, Tiger enthusiasts, anything Richmond. Welcome back. It's another video. It's a bit of a different one today. I've had to double up. I've had an incredibly busy week, but I'm here with a little bit of a Port Adelaide review / Hawthorn preview. I know I like to get the two separate videos out, but I haven't had time this week, so I thought let's smash it out in one hit. I'll quickly touch on Port. It has been a little bit of time passed since the game, so we're probably already across it, but I'll talk about it anyway, and let's get into it. I think it was probably the best game I've seen us play all year in terms of an all-round four-quarter performance. I mean, we normally have good 3 quarters, good 2 quarters, and we drop off for 1 or 2, and that's normally where we let ourselves down and we sort of get disappointing. But I didn't see that with this Port Adelaide game. I mean, we had moments throughout quarters, but as a whole, I think we won pretty much every quarter, and we just looked the more dominant side. And I can't say this a lot this year, but I was never really nervous of us losing that one once we got our noses in front. So I was really pleased to see that. There was so many incredible individual performances, and I wrote a few down. I've definitely missed some, but between Cochin, Nank, Dion, Shea, Tom Lynch, Rioli, Daniel, that is. Not that Morris was bad, but Daniel Rioli especially. Just wow. I mean, the Marlon Pickett goal from the boundary line, shushing the crowd, that was something special. Cochin's pressure. I mean, he has to go around another year. If he wants to, he has another year left in him for sure. So I'd love to see that. Even Jack, another Mark of the Year contender, back with the flight. Reminiscent of the Adelaide one from last year, just probably not as, probably not as aerial, I guess. Was it last year or the year before Jack took that mark? But either way, it probably wasn't as aerial, but it was just as impressive and brave, so that was awesome. Noah Bolter looked incredible in the back line again. He looks a lot more comfortable. He seems to know what he's doing a bit more. Did another good job on Charlie Dixon. We've seen him do it previously. And we're probably lucky that Port Adelaide made an interesting selection choice and didn't pick Mitch Georgiades, especially with Todd Marshall injured, and really Dixon was their only key forward. They obviously had their young ruckman in... I'm not going to remember his name, but Port's new young ruckman, I thought did a reasonable job. But between him and Finlayson, who Finlayson spent a lot of time in the ruck as well, it probably would have been able to hurt us a little bit more if they had to play Georgiades, but they didn't. It was an interesting selection choice, and I guess games of footy aren't only one on the field, they're one in the coach's box too. So another win for us there. But I thought, like I said before, one of the most consistent four-quarter efforts I've seen in a while, and it's given me a lot of hope going forward. I mean, we obviously had a lot of results go our way over the weekend. St Kilda lost, Bulldogs lost, which is probably a bit of a shock. I know it was against a good side, but you probably just thought the Dogs at home would get the job done. So really worked in our favour. I know Carlton's a few spots in front of us, but for them to continue losing, they could potentially be the team that falls out and lets us slide in. So there's a lot going on the ladder at the moment. We can only really focus on ourselves and just keep winning the games. On paper, it looks like we should win the next 2, but we lost to North a few weeks ago, so I'm not getting carried away. But speaking of that, I'll get into it. This has now become the Hawks preview. It was a short Port Adelaide review, but we're in it. It's a new week, new game coming up this Sunday. Peggy O'Neill's last President's Function. If you can get, tickets are probably sold out by now. If you can get down, just celebrate Peggy. That'd be amazing. I think it is our last home game for the year technically, so get down to this if you can. It'll be massive. We've got Kane Lambert, Asprey, and Ubasha Hooley doing a lap of honour around the ground. Oh no, sorry, not Dave Asprey. Josh Caddy, Ubasha Hooley, and Kane Lambert doing a lap of honour to celebrate. What were great careers, premiership players, all 3 of them. So if you can get down a little bit earlier, I think it's 12:40. I believe they're doing their lap of honour. So get down a bit earlier. And if you can get down even earlier than that, our women's team is playing on the MCG for the first time in a pracky against the Hawks as well, I believe. So that's going to be massive. Great opportunity for the girls. And hopefully in the near future, we'll be able to see their home and away games at the G, or even finals at least. So that'll be massive if they can do that. But it's a big step. I think that starts at 10:40, or 10:30, 10:40. So it's a little bit earlier. It's a big day. But you've got no plans, get down for sure and make the most of that, because what a Richmond day it'll be. We can get 2 big wins. I know the girls came off a big win last week. So I think it was against Freo. So yeah, we're absolutely flying at the moment on all fronts. But back to the Hawks preview. It's a must win for us. And an interesting factor had pointed out to me was if St Kilda lose Friday night against Brisbane, which is tomorrow night, and we win on Sunday, we're a lock for finals, regardless of what we do next week against the Bombers and what all the teams around us do. We're a lock. So really, I mean, I know we've got to hope St Kilda lose, but we're going to do our end of the bargain as well and win. So let's, like I said, I don't want to jump the gun a little bit, but the opportunity's right there. And at certain stages, we probably didn't feel like we deserved or looked like we were going to play finals. And now it's right in front of us. Let's make sure we take it, because we can even finish 7th at this point. We might not even just scrape in. We might, finish 7th on the ladder, which would be a massive result. So I'd love to be able to do that. And look, speaking of not getting carried away, not getting ahead of ourselves, as if the opportunity to win wasn't already big enough, with Hawthorn probably being a lower on the ladder club. We beat them earlier in the year. And it's just one of those games you're expected to win. They've been relatively dangerous this year in patches, Hawthorn, but this just sort of adds to it for us. And I don't want to get carried away, but they're missing Mitch Lewis this week. CJ, I'm not going to try to pronounce his proper name because I'll butcher it and I don't want to disrespect him like that. They're also, that was announced this week. They're also missing Warple, Wingard, Frost, Phillips, and there's more on the list as well, but there's some of the main ones. And geez, if we can't beat, a low on the ladder side with those sorts of caliber players on their team missing, then maybe we shouldn't be playing finals regardless. So massive opportunity. We can't be complacent. Like I said, the Hawks have been really good in different patches. They've had games that they've beaten teams they probably shouldn't have beaten. But, that's what these up-and-coming teams are going to be. And the Hawks are going to be great. I think in 3 or 4 years, they're going to be an awesome team. So definitely not a team to take, sort of an opportunity that we can't take for granted is what I'm trying to say. So let's absolutely take this with both hands. We've got good players in the right form at this time of the year. I mean, Shea Bolton's been done it all year, but Tom Lynch has come back in the side, kicked 4 goals in both his games back. Noah Cumberland's been really smart the way he's gone about his footy. Koch has been in arguably his best form since 2017. Like, he's been unbelievable. I'm loving what Koch is doing. And there's plenty more. And I think we're likely to get Vlosten into the side, which was looking likely to miss at certain stages this week with his ribs. I believe it's his rib bruising. I feel like if they were broken, he wouldn't be playing at all. So that's huge. I think Shane Edwards most likely comes back into the lineup as well, which is massive. So, big ins for us. And then the other news of the week, it's got nothing to really do with the Hawthorn game, but Dusty is confirmed to miss the rest of the home and away. So he won't play this week. He won't play against the Bombers. But he'll be ready for round 1 of the finals if we make it. So not that we need another reason, but if we ever needed another reason to win both our games and soar into finals with some good form behind us as well, because that'd be 4 on the trot if we win our next 2, which is massive. We need that kind of momentum going in. With Dustin Martin coming back in the lineup, just the story behind that. And just for the boys as well, you think it'd be pretty uplifting. So massive opportunity this weekend. We've had a few young boys re-sign. Cumberland, Sonzi, and Ben Miller all re-signed this week. I think 2-year contracts or whatever it might have been, which is massive as well. So the club's showing faith in these younger guys that are really delivering. And they're another 3 I didn't really mention earlier, but they've been playing great footy as well, and they're looking a lot more comfortable at the top level. So really exciting for future years, but also what we can do this year. And I think that's what we've got to focus on right now more than anything. We've got a big opportunity ahead of us. Tough opponent in the Hawks, but it's at the MCG. We're back there finally. It's going to be good to go to the G. Sunday Arvo. I think it might be pouring down with rain, which I hope. I think for us it suits the Tigers, but not for us in the crowd, unfortunately. But get down anyway, put a poncho on, bring an umbrella, do what you got to do, get down to the game, support the boys, because who knows what this year could bring. If I tell you what, when we lost to North and had those close losses and even draw to Freo, I wasn't as optimistic. But after these last couple of performances, I've seen we've still got a bit of fight left in us. We've got that spirit left. So let's absolutely take this momentum forward into this week's game against the Hawks. And until next week, where we're hopefully talking about a big win over the Hawks, go Tigers.